Welcome to Generation Jenkins episode 69. Hey, Steve, how's it going?
Giggity, giggity. Yeah. Anyway,
Giggity, giggity.
giggity,
Oh,
giggity. Doing well, man.
we,
I think I cut you off.
we might get sued.
Good
Anyway,
to see
Steve,
you.
it's been a while. I know it's been a while for everybody. We've had a few ups and downs over the last few weeks, but hey, what can you do? Kansas City won, which is unfortunate.
Have to agree there.
I don't know what else there is that happened in the world, but there was the giant explosion here in Ottawa at a house. Now they're saying
There's a
it's a
criminal
criminal.
investigation on it now. Yeah, that's crazy. So
What else? I don't know. The world just keeps turning. I got this. Hold on, Steve. Hold on, buddy. Hold on here. Hold on, everybody.
show and tell,
Can't open
baby.
it.
What you got?
Can't open it soon enough. See right there? Metroid Prime Remastered Physical came out today, so I picked it up. So I'll be playing that. Well,
Nice.
maybe later, if not tomorrow. But anyways, Steve, we're here to talk about because it's fitting on the episode 69, some controversial games that have happened mostly in the past, with a few little more recent ones. So,
this is going to be a good one.
So
At
Steve,
least for
Steve,
me,
Steve.
anyway.
Yeah.
And at Leisure Suit Larry's got to come out again.
Well, that's it. Leisure Suit Larry. How many weeks can we go? How many episodes can we go without mentioning Leisure Suit Larry?
Oh, man.
Yeah, Steve, you
It's
want
my
to kick it
hero.
off, man? Go ahead.
Sure.
Ahead.
First of all, cheers, bro.
Think for our American watchers and listeners, just a little bit of Clamato Caesar here. It's better than your Bloody Marys.
Dave and Brad are going to be mad, but well deserved. Yeah, I'll start it off with I don't know what we want to call this episode. We'll figure it after, but basically ridiculously sexually themed or games or events. And number one has to be Leisure Suit Larry that comes to my mind, because the whole point of the game is getting laid. And so I remember the first time I played it. I've said this before, so I'll be quick about it. But I played it, I think, on MS-DOS on an old 286. And I ended up getting, I think if I remember right, I got the girl's number from a bathroom staller in the stall in the bar, called her, got her in the room. There's a whole bunch of series of things you have to do to get there, like buy flowers or chocolates and this and that. But the one thing I forgot was buying condoms. And so when I actually got to do the deed, my crotch exploded after because I got an STD, and then that was the game over. But
Wow.
Good game. Pixelated graphics. You didn't see much, though. They always had like a censored sign over it, like later ones did show more. And then I think you could see boobs and stuff, but you didn't actually see the groin areas going on each other and stuff. That just be censored with Larry's little butt doing this. So, but yeah, anyway, up to you, man.
Which would make sense considering it was was it rated M for mature when it started coming out more recently.
There was no ratings back there, though.
Yeah, exactly.
There was a free for all.
Yeah. One big one that comes to my mind is Dead or Alive Beach Volleyball. And
rated M for mature. Play with a friend or play with yourself. Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball. Tecmo. 100% games.
For hot beaches, there's no power greater than X.
how much
I can't believe that game
Xbox-
came out in the kind of the modern age, but yes.
how Xbox pushed that hard. That was like one of the key. Like I had that.
I was
Xbox
managing
magazine.
EB back then, and I remember I have that. I think Xbox, whatever the magazine was at the time,
Yeah, official
Xbox magazine. Yeah. And I remember that was on the cover, and I'm like, really? I'm like,
Yeah.
it's volleyball from the DOA girls. Really? I'm like,
Yeah.
and I couldn't believe how
Yeah.
many people were excited for it. All these young guys that were like excited for it, and I'm like, it's a freaking video game, man. Like,
Yeah.
and they don't even get naked. Like,
No.
so-
No. That was that's a big one. Oh, big one, but one that really comes to mind for myself.
I hear you.
What about you, Steve?
All right.
Another one on your list here?
Yeah, I'm going to mention this one. It's sort of, yeah, because it's the Japanese version, but I was kind of shocked when I played it. So I used to have a 3DO back in the day, and I ended up getting the Japanese version from I want to say my old friend Dave, but I can't remember exactly. But I got it from someone. It's basically Sailor Moon fighting game.
Yeah.
But in the cutscenes, when they become the sailors, they do their spinning and turning and dancing, but they're naked. They're completely naked. So like Sailor Jupiter, she's got purple hair here, she's got purple hair there. Like whatever color, Sailor Moon, blonde. But
Yeah.
and I was like, am I seeing this? And then the American version I had to compare was like, no, you don't see that. That's all edited out. But the Japanese version didn't hold anything back, and those perverted Japanese, they just let it go. Man, Germans and Japanese, they're all perverts. Love it. Anyway.
That's funny. That's funny. Another one that comes to mind for me is Grand Theft Auto.
Hey, what are you crazy kids doing back there? I tell you what, while you're sweeping the front porch, why don't I work on her back plumbing?
Huh? What did you say?
How about I suck those kidney stones right out of your balls, big guy? Get this party really started.
Wow, okay, man, it's cool. Stop.
We're keeping it very real here on Channel X.
Well, no, San Andreas and the hot coffee. No, not 5. Yes, I'm pretty sure it's San Andreas hot coffee, or maybe it was 3.
No, you're right. I totally forgot about the hot coffee mod.
Yeah,
cheat
it's
or
not
whatever
even
it
a
is.
mod. Whereas whatever it was, the little cheat code that was you have a strip club and all that stuff. I remember the controversy behind that way back in the day.
I was thinking GTA 5 and like where you could beat up hookers and take your money back.
Oh no! Yeah, no,
the
none of
game
that.
and
That's just a GTA thing. That's not even...
it's normal.
Yeah.
Pretty much anything after GTA 3 had that, I think.
Yeah.
Once they went from the top down look to like the first person.
The person, that's exactly it. And so that's the big one for me was the hot coffee one from Grand Theft Auto.
Completely forgot about that. You just like had my brain do one of these whoosh, pull me back. So I was like, all right. Moving on, I'll grab the next one. I'm gonna say, I'm looking at the list here. Plumbers don't wear ties.
Perhaps something can be worked out after all.
Yes?
Take your clothes off, Jane.
Simply because we were talking about cheat codes, and in Plumbers Don't Wear Ties, it was a 3DO game, full motion video type games, basically your point and click adventure style game. But in the game, you could put a code in to get some nudity. So it was sort of innocent, but very sexually suggestive type of game. But when you put the code in, you saw a little bit more. And I think really all you saw was some boob, nipple, and dude's butt. And that, like back then, you're like, oh my God, this is a game. But yeah, Plumbers Don't Wear Ties on the 3DO.
I've never even heard of that game. So that's funny. So another one for me. That's not on our list, but it just came to mind when you're talking about cheat codes and nudity. Dead or Alive 2? No, 1. I'm sorry, I have it open on the Dreamcast. There was a cutscene. Oh no, Dead or Alive 2 on the Dreamcast. There's a cutscene at the very start that some sort of alien girl, something like it. She just, anyways. She was a person, a human, but she was in a tube and all that stuff. And then if you entered a code a certain way, when you logged into the game, you saw boobs. And I was like, yes.
Who doesn't love boobs?
At 13 years old.
Boobies.
Exactly.
Oh,
right, exactly.
Man.
But yeah, so
13 years old. I was like back on the old channel clicker that had like 70 channels with dial, and you turned in as soon as your parents left at channel 78 and try to like see these blue and negative people. I think I saw a boob. That was a boob.
Yes. Yeah. Oh God. Dead or Alive 2. That's it. Dead or Alive 2. I'm looking at the case right now.
Nice.
Anyways, I got another one here on the list, Steve.
Oh, I got tons. I'm gonna go with. Let's see. Do I want to go that bad yet? How about it's not on the list, but I was thinking about what about the Playboy game?
I'm Hugh Hefner. Congratulations on winning Playboy The Mansion. You're one of the few who can truly say they've walked a mile in my shoes. In December of 1953, I had $600 in a dream. That and a picture of Marilyn Monroe. I wanted to create a magazine that celebrates the culture and lifestyle of the young urban male. I started with a few dollars and a dream. And you have walked in my virtual shoes throughout this game. Why couldn't that drive, that success, that business savvy that brought you to the game's end take you to the top in the real world too? What dreams do you have? What do you want to be? If I could live my dreams, you can too.
You remember that? I didn't really play it.
The one for PlayStation 2 or something like that?
Yeah,
like
and it was
PS2,
like
Xbox, yeah.
Yeah, it was like that gen. And it was like The Sims, but Playboy style.
Yeah, see, I never played it, but I do remember.
Yeah, so I can't really talk
it,
to it because I didn't play it either. So maybe we'll just scratch that as a mention. But I'm going to go with Neurodancer. Sticking with my old 3DO. That game, okay. First time I ever did a game like this where I actually had to do something sexual in a game. And the whole premise of the game is you're stealing credits from people to be able to pay for these virtual escorts. And they'd come online, and the more money you had, the more you could do. But full motion video again, because that was the rage back in like 1995 or whatever year it was.
Yeah.
And I remember, like, if you had enough money, you could use your hand as a cursor and start like caressing her boobs and holding her and touching her, and I was like, really? I just clicked that and that's what I'm doing? I'm like, wow. And so it didn't like get me all worked up or excited. It got me like that way anyway. But it got me more like, this is on, guys, you gotta see this, look what's happening. So like everyone, so but like I couldn't believe that was in the game, and I was shocked. And I worked at a game store back then, and this just came back. My buddies were meeting me, right? And so at the end of the night, I usually had to lock up. I forgot we have a huge TV in the display hooked up to whatever the main console was, and then it was 3DO. I basically had what I was doing in the store after hours, waiting for him to show up, outside playing in the parking lot. Like, and my friends were like, "There's kids on bikes watching your game," and I'm like, "Oh shit!"
That's hilarious.
Like way before cell phones and that, so it was like the knock on the window. But I'm like in my own world, way at the back of the store playing the game. True story.
True story, eh? I mean, another one that's kind of more recent. I'll jump to one other. So, God of War, the PS2, and the mini game in the PS2. I think it was the OG God of War. Maybe it was God of War 2.
No, it was PS2. I played it. It was PS2 version. OG.
Yeah, what is God of War 1 or 2?
I think it was 1, second level. You basically walk in. There's like a bed with women playing around, and if you I want to say you hit O or something, like there's O's floating above.
Yeah.
You jump into bed, and you'd start with the camera kind of pan to the side, if I remember.
Yeah.
And you'd see like the shelf shaking with whatever was there, or vase or whatever. And just as you finish, the shelf would fall off. The vase falls off and breaks. You're testing my memory, but those kind of things stick with me hard. So, no pun intended.
Yeah. Wow, Steve. Wow. Yes. So yeah, there's none of that in the more recent God of Wars. That's for sure. That was definitely different times, man. Different times. I want to just I mean, we both kind of talked God of War, so I'm going to throw out another one here for you. Cyberpunk 2077 and being able
you
to
can make your junk. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, exactly. Determine the size of it, and make it, and do all that good stuff.
I remember I'm playing, and I'm like, they give you like 3 different sizes, and I'm like, I'll go with medium. I'm like, I'll go with smaller. No, go back to me. Don't look at me. But yeah, I couldn't believe that was there. Like, that is crazy. So
wow. And off to you, Steve.
All right, I'm gonna go with a bad one. It's very bad, and you make sure I stay politically correct with this, Clint. But the old Atari 2600, because it's a game I played, I didn't understand it at the time. Sort of, but Custard's Revenge, probably one of the worst games ever made in this sense. But the whole idea was you dodged arrows by native First Nations people shooting at you, and you're I guess a colonial in the word terms or whatever. But you dodge those, and then you get to the end, and you rape a First Nations woman, and that's the game. You've been there, and it shows you like running around with your heart on, and the girl waiting there with the boobs, and you have to get to the end, and then when you get to the end, it's like dun, 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 dun. And then next level.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
anything
man.
was.
I'll be adding a clip to that game, but with a censor before.
Yeah.
I hope I don't have to play it myself. I hope I can find one. There's a lot of bad games by the Atari. There's some that are probably just as bad or close, but that to me is probably the worst. Has to be the worst.
Wow. So I've got one, and I think this is the last one I have here, Steve. So, but it's more recent. The Witcher 3. So The Witcher 3 itself is a bit of, sexual tension. But in the most recent update for the next gen consoles, I guess now they're called current gen consoles, the PS5 and Series X, they leveraged the mod community to help with this, and they forgot to remove something not safe for work out of it. I'll leave it at that. I know they're working towards modding it back out, but feel free to search The Witcher 3 and NS not safe, NSFW stuff.
Here's the hole that never heals.
Yeah, there you go.
Maybe I should have said that, but All right, I guess we should wrap this up. But do we want to talk about the honorable mentions I put at the end, or dishonorable, I should say, or are they too much for this?
Yeah. We'll leave those ones out. Steve, why don't you pick one more out of your list here, and we'll call it a night.
All right, let's the guy game. Basically, they filmed a bunch of people answering stupid questions, and that was the game. I can't remember exactly. It was on the Xbox, but did you have to guess what they were going to say, and then
something like that? Yeah.
But it was like spring break girls that are already drunk and asking them stupid questions and going from there. Anyway, we should probably wrap it up. I will mention the games, but I won't say what they do, so people can look them up. Probably the worst games, I'd say. I'll start. Probably I'll give you 3, and I'll start least to worst, but they're all bad. So Fear 2. Look it up and why it's bad. Beat 'em and Eat 'em, Atari 2600. And lastly, can't believe this is even the name of the game. It was on Steam briefly. Rape Day. Yeah, that's right. Rape Day. What the? I don't swear, but just saying.
Yeah, that's a
Okay,
little
I
messed
say
up.
shit.
Not gonna
but,
say.
that's what I mean.
A little
Normally I
messed up,
say
Steve,
something
it's
like
a little-
crappernack or whatever, which is my broken, crappy French, but crappernack, calista, crappernack.
Oh,
But
jeez,
anyway,
jeez,
yeah.
oh, jeez. All right. Anyways, everybody, thanks for tuning in today. Hope you enjoyed our episode 69. Going through some controversial games. Thanks for tuning in. I know it's been a while. As always,
Yep.
if you're new to the channel, like and subscribe, add a comment. Hopefully it's a positive comment.
Or
If
correct
it's
us if
not,
we're wrong, if we got the God of War
yeah,
one wrong, for example.
exactly.
And I do have a shout out to make before you close off.
Yeah, go ahead, Steve, if you want to make out your
So
shout out.
just because I know you're a watcher and a subscriber, and but Jake, I will be doing a little bit more physical with Clint next week. We'll be getting more into your boxes and doing a little bit more reviews with the toys. Thank you for dropping those off. That was your childhood. We haven't done
Steve,
anything with them in the last bit, but yeah.
I'm sorry, you're the way you just explained that. If anyone, so Jake, thanks for letting us play with
If they
your
watched
box
the last
and your
one,
toys.
Yeah. So Jake's, I think we called it Jake's.
Toy box.
What did we call? No, we
I
called
don't
it
know.
Jake's chests. Jake's boxes.
Yeah, Jake's chests. No, Jake's chests.
Anyway, we're just so it doesn't sound as dirty was what I was going for. He dropped off about 6 bins of his old childhood stuff that was in his mom's in storage, and it's pretty awesome stuff. We did a video just to intro it, and the plan was to review a bunch of the stuff. But with health stuff and some things have been going on, we haven't been able to connect. So we're going to do part 2, hopefully next week is our plan, and pull some of the stuff out. And that's what I'm trying to get to. Jake's boxes. I'm going to be in your chat. Anyway, I can't even say it now. Off to you, Clint. You explain and do the sign off.
No. As Steve essentially thinks, Jake, we're looking forward to going through your box again. Your chests. It was a great time. Looking forward to it when Steve and I get back together in a week or so. Anyways, everybody, thanks for tuning in. Steve, as always,
keep collecting.
Keep gaming.
And keep safe.